All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of Royalty. I am the host, as you guys know, Derek F, aka Big D, and I am joined with another Survivor icon legend, Josh Weiler, and he is on Survivor 44 that came in 12th place. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Okay, it's
12th
okay.
place.
It's okay. It's okay. Like the 12 apostles. So it's okay. It's a lucky number.
Hello, 13 days on the island.
Josh, please introduce yourself. Tell everybody where you're from, what's going on, because I can keep on going. I still have more, but please tell the people.
That's a go away. That's great. It's great. My name is Josh Wilder from season 44 Survivor. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, but born in Pittsburgh. Right now, I'm living in Atlanta, Georgia, as a podiatric surgeon. And with my husband, we just bought a house and just living the dream.
No, you and your husband are living like the dream that I want. The big house and just, he lives his housewife fantasy. I mean,
Girl, come on over. I'll take care of you.
But I need it. Listen, first of all, I'm going to Pittsburgh next week, and I'm going for
Bryson Wynn.
Yes, Bryson Wynn's event. So if you guys are in the Pittsburgh area, make sure you guys come see me. I didn't know you were from Pittsburgh.
Yes, yes. So I was born there, but I grew up in Cincinnati. But I went back for residency training at West Penn. So I was in Shadyside all the time. My mom and my uncles and my grandfather and my aunt, they still live there. So when I go up there, we throw down.
I
So
know.
I'm still very close.
I love Pittsburgh. I don't know what it is, but it's such a good turnout. But it feels like I'm back in college, but with adults. Like, it's weird. Like, it's like everyone from
Yes.
Penn State moved to Pittsburgh, and like all the colleges around the area moved to Pittsburgh, and we're all adults turning up. But listen, you look amazing.
Thank you. I
I haven't
appreciate
seen
it.
you in so long. Since the last time I saw you, you hurt your leg, girl,
Yeah.
and we were struggling. What?
Oh
How are
my
you
God,
doing?
listen, it is so ironic. I broke my metatarsal bones, which are the bones that connect your toes to your midfoot, to your hindfoot.
Yeah, bitch,
I
I know
stepped in a
exactly what you're talking about. I'm a doctor too.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are. Yes, you are. Yes, I was in a boot for 6 weeks. I was mad. I was at the Survivor finale in a boot and crutches over here, and Noelle is doing it without a leg. I'm like, girl, I cannot.
Well, listen,
But
I'm
it is what
falling
it is.
apart. Listen, I'm falling apart. I have stubbed my toe. My toe is messed up. I've been like stretching and putting numbing like cream on it. And now like the back of my hamstring from like I guess kettlebell swings and all this other stuff is starting to hurt. It's a little tweak. So I might have to take some days off and I'm not happy about it. I cried about it today because I was like, I don't really like this. So I think I'm gonna just stay away from the weights and I'm just gonna have to do straight cardio, which is what I need, but I can't run because of my toe, so it's just
You're
gonna
gonna
be
play
a rough.
basketball soon, though.
Oh
Aren't
no,
you? I thought you were playing in that game in Pittsburgh.
bitch! You, I'm gonna send you a picture. Do you know what I'm playing,
What? I thought you
coach?
were.
Bitch, that I'm good at giving orders. I'm good at giving direction. I'm
I
not.
thought I thought you was gonna
No,
be Michael Jordan out there. I was looking forward to
no,
it. The
no,
Derek Frazier.
no. My fat ass is gonna do what I do best, talking with my mouth. Okay, I'm not gonna be doing that up and down. No, they got like professional basketball players coming from the Globetrotters and shit like that. No, I'm there to look cute,
You gonna be
cinch.
Eastside Compton it?
Yes, okay. Now, to get into Survivor, have you been keeping up? Now, wait, before I get into Survivor, I always like to ask the guests, you had your Survivor experience. How was it for you? If you could sum it up for us. Like, I think you did great. I loved everything about it. And you definitely kept me on the edge of my seat. But tell me, how do you feel like, I know you're watching now, but how do you feel like your experience was?
Oh, now I'm great. I feel amazing watching it from the other side. But I mean, my experience there was amazing. I tapped into a lot of emotional energy that I didn't know about, and I learned a lot about myself. I cannot lie very well, and everyone knows that very well, and I've learned that about myself.
Which is
But
great.
I
Nothing
think,
wrong with that.
yes, but I definitely had growth being out there. And would I do it again? Hell yeah. I think all of us would do reality again. But if I come back, I'm coming back as a villain. I want everybody to know that.
I like that. I agree with that.
I'm
Yeah.
leaning into that, but
Yeah.
whatever.
It's my dream too. I think I am a villain. You just have to kind of dust it off a little bit. It's underneath it, but it's there. It like shines every once in a while. It's like finding a gold nugget, and you're like, I see it,
So
but
we
I
just
need to.
gotta swipe it
Yes,
like dust.
just
It's right
swipe
there,
it off.
girl.
It's there because of all the hate that I got. I'm like, I'm a fucking villain. Like it's just what it is. But they don't want to give me that title, but it's there.
Girl, we can go
So
deep into that, but anyway.
we're not going to do that because I know the royal court, as we call our fans for the royalty podcast, would be like, Big D, we already know. Okay. Now, to get into tonight's episode, we are now at episode 5. This episode was called Tiki Man. I kind of just go through everything, Josh. If you want to stop me or if there's something you're like, let me talk about that, just interrupt me. I want to start with Yan Yu, okay? Yan Yu, whatever the fuck they're called. We're going into day 10. Yes. And they're going into day 10 without no fire. And Mackenzie's having an emotional moment, without having fire. I mean, tell me, does it really get that cold at night out there?
I was freezing out there. You saw me with my scarf and my jacket that no one knew I was a physician with. Um, yes, I was freezing the whole time. So I don't know how they made it that far and without fire because we were always by the fire. I slept right by the fire and we were always putting wood on it because I got cold middle of the night. So good for them for doing that. But yeah, that emotional breakdown around that day, I think that's very average for everyone because everyone
Okay.
had those emotions around this episode.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Then we kind of cut to because I'm gonna kind of fast forward a little bit. We cut to Siga, which is the Green Tribe. Okay, now here's my thoughts on Siga. I'm gonna be honest. I've said this the whole podcast. I wish Siga was in the bottom constantly. Besides Jamila, I can't not stand this tribe. Okay, they are very boring to me. I'm over the singing and the dancing. Now listen, and I understand in the Big Brother house, we did a lot of singing and dancing, right? But we were there for a very long time where your game is only 28
26.
days. Oh, excuse me, 26
26
days.
days, yes.
Yes.
And we're
So
outside, not locked in a house.
correct. So I'm over it's just too much for me. But I'm just very bored by them besides Jamila. Am I wrong?
No. And then, honestly, Sega's been winning, so you don't get to see a lot of them. I mean, if you watch the show, those
Yeah.
who are losing, you get most of their dynamics. So if you're winning, you're kumbaya. You don't really have to talk strategy. You don't really get any information or strategy because you're winning. So everything's happy. You don't really see the inside. So yeah, I see why it's boring. But I do see that Ben is trying to get in with Charlie more so, which is
Yes.
interesting.
Yes, I'm glad you pointed that out. Yes. What
hmm
I mean,
Which, I mean, it makes sense because
it's the
Ben
best
has a
friend.
really good social game. He does. He's
No, he
likable. He's
does.
dude. He's, oh my God, you just want to chill with him, right? And
Babe, we're gonna go get to bedtime in the bed.
bro, and I love
Babe.
that. And that's a great strategy because, I mean, you can't not want to hang out with him and then he kind of distracts you from the whole game. And that's a great strategy. So, yeah, that makes sense. And so Mariah, Jem, and Maria should be scared. They should be nervous about that.
They should be nervous about that, but you know what? I just think that Ben, and I get it. Like, Ben and Charlie. Charlie's like, this is my playmate. Like Charlie's not gonna know what to do without Ben. Like
Right.
you can tell he's so latch. It's insane. Now they also have a moment of them doing salsa lessons.
That's so cute. That's adorable. Because there's something else to do out there. There's nothing else to do out there. But now, granted, I would be so tired. I'm like, I'm not doing this. This is a waste of energy. I'm going to go sit down, sleep,
What they
do
should be
something.
doing is maybe trying to build a better fire pit. Why don't we go find for some more food? Like this ain't. I'm just okay.
They're
Let me
vibing.
let me be nice. Let me be nice. Okay, let me be nice. I'm learning to be nice. Everyone has been teaching me to be more nice. We cut to Nami. Okay. Luckily, my
Yes.
family is sleeping right now because I was screaming like Soda would this whole episode. But the whole
She is the
time.
Kumbaya queen, girl.
I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I'll get to it, but I loved it in the beginning. But now I'm like,
You
uh,
over
uh,
it.
uh. I'm ready to put a cork in her mouth. So the whole tribe decides, to go look for idols. But
Hmm.
Venus, our favorite, which I love Venus, and I know you have to love Venus too. Look at your
Who?
face. Isn't her name Venus? Yes. Am I? What is it?
No.
On the
Are you
Orange
talking?
Tribe, the girl they say that looks like Prav.
Okay. I'm still learning their names. Um,
I'm sorry.
yes.
Excuse me, guys. I'm on episode 5. I have been here recapping. This one's not on me. I know their names now. I might not pronounce some of it, but he tried to mess me up and I had it right. So
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Venus, Josh, you're not gonna get me in trouble on on the show. Venus, okay, is looking for an idol, but she decides she wants to follow Hunter because she's like, she knows if she follow Hunter, Hunter's not gonna go look for an idol, or she's just gonna go where he goes. So then when he finds it, she finds it. Okay, obviously Hunter's not happy about it. We know that he's kind of like, oh
Go
God,
away.
like go
Too far.
away,
Don't bother
like
me. Yes.
yes,
Which
he's
makes
already.
sense.
Which he's already, you could tell Hunter's already over this whole damn tribe with all the singing, but now he's like, girl, you're in my face, so I'm trying to look for idol because I'm thinking about the merge. They have an awkward conversation, but I love how Venus is very honest. Like, he's like, you're trying to get me out. And she's like, yeah, but I mean, not. Like,
He's trying to divert the situation. It's very awkward, and obviously he wants to be left alone, but you can't say that directly because you need each other because
what do
it's
you
a
do? Do you
game.
just follow him? Would you just follow him?
I probably wouldn't just follow him around like that just because it's very sus.
You
I
would
would
probably
probably go
just
in the
sit
back and
some.
just watch him. I would
Oh,
watch. Do you know what I mean?
okay.
Depending on what I had, I probably wouldn't have anything, but I would just watch him. I
I have
wouldn't
a
follow him
question.
around like that.
How, like, because I'm looking at the idol and the way that they sneak around, sometimes
Hmm.
I'm like, can't somebody see you? Is it really like the whole section? Like, do you guys have like a big ass section where, like,
It's
when you're looking for.
huge.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you have a large section of island in a lot of area. Like, I mean, for example, your like your actual camp, maybe like, I don't know, 50 to 25 yards away from the beach, which is 50 to 25 yards from the watering well. So it's hard to keep track of where everyone is and what they're doing, and that's part of the game. Because any one conversation that you're left out of, then that's probably your whole game. Something can change just like that. So you have to be aware of where everyone else is and who they're talking to and keep track of that while not eating and not sleeping. So it's very difficult. So I understand where Venus is coming from by following him. So she knows exactly what's going on, but too strong.
That's a stroke. Cut
I
to
mean, test it
Yanyu.
out.
Yanyu,
But he,
Yanyu.
but wait, Hunter found he found the beware
Yes, yes.
advantage.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Hunter did find the beware advantage. After she left, it was like right there in front of his face.
Hmm.
I think he goes for it, right? He finds the box, he finds everything, right?
He opens it, but I don't remember what it said. I went to the bathroom, so I missed all that. So I need
I
to know what he
think
has.
I think if I'm correct, is of course he had to find the box. It lets him know that he has to lose a challenge, just like the normal stuff. His tribe has to lose a challenge in order for him to find the clues to the immunity. So
Okay.
his tribe didn't lose, so there was nothing, for him to do.
It just gave him instructions about where to go, like every. Okay,
Correct,
got it.
correct.
Okay, cool.
We cut to Purple Tribe. Q is having a rough time with no food. He's talking about the bamboo. I can't imagine sleeping on the bamboo because I probably would have slept on the sand, but I don't know. I
Hmm.
never lived out there. I wouldn't know.
The sand
What
is
would you
better.
suggest? That's what I
The
thought.
sand is
Sand
better
would be
because
better for your
I
body.
started half with on Soka. We were on the bamboo, and by day 6, my back was killing me. I was done. And then I
I believe
switched
it.
to the sand right next to the fire, and it was so much better.
I
You
believe
slunk
it.
right in.
Look. My fat ass ain't sleeping on no bamboo. Absolutely not. You're
It
not gonna fuck
hurt.
up my back. I'm already fucked up anyway. Q
But
drops a little bug to Kenzie about him
mhm.
wanting to quit, which, in that moment I was like very nervous because I really do like Q a lot.
Same.
And
Same.
I think it was smart because then it kind of lets her know, like, okay, he wants to leave and I can use this to my advantage if we do end up in the bottom. But he's like, me and Tiffany got each other for life. That's
It puts her
really
guard
about it.
down. But then it makes
Yes.
it more sus when Q and her are talking because she like, what y'all talking about? What y'all doing? What y'all talking about? She all
Let
up
me
in their
tell you
business.
something. I love Kenzie because I'm not gonna lie. In the Big Brother house, that's all we do the whole time. We when we walk into room because we're walking into rooms, hey, what are you guys talking about? So like to me, that's normal. Like which that's just how it is. Like I used to just walk in rooms and be like, what y'all talking about? Game or y'all talking about life? What y'all talking about? Like I everyone did that when they walked into rooms, like, oh, what y'all talking about? Like that's just a normal thing.
So you just had a lie in the back of your head, just waiting if you were talking about the person that came up.
Oh, baby, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The one thing I can say that you better learn if you ever go into Big Brother house, you better learn how to say, so today we're going to get out Josh. And I was just talking about my mom the other day and how she had this humble pie. Because if somebody walk in, you got to be able to real
Flip it.
quick. And everyone knows automatically to switch the conversation. But it's also a crazy advantage because somebody could fuck with you and be like, no, you were just talking about Josh going out. Like, like,
Ooh,
yeah.
ooh, that's true.
But we get to Sigga Tribe. Tim is also talking about somebody lying about the immunity idol. We know that Jamila played that whole, seed of making them dig for the box. And, basically it wasn't there. What do you think about that? Do you think
I mean, I think that's a great call from Jem, like taking it and hiding it. But when we finally get a confessional from Tim, thank you, shout out to Tim.
not y'all all saying that Tim is not on this season because nobody ever hears from him?
This is the second time we've heard from him. Survivor, I'm
I,
looking at you. But anyway, he finally gets he is confronting Jem. He does not trust her, does not trust her at all, and says everything that she fears. And of course, she gets a little bit defensive about it, but good for him for kind of taking it directly to her, like, where's the beware advantage? I know you did it. But of course, after that, Jem doesn't trust him anymore.
no, of course not. I mean, you wouldn't. In reality, I think that, which we'll talk about later. But of course, I think there's things that Jem could have did to really set her up for, obviously how this episode goes. But I agree. Now we cut to the challenge. Now Jeff. I don't know who Jeff thought he was. I don't know if he thought this was a reading challenge and he was on Drag Race. Because if I'm correct, if Jeff said, okay, and the last tribe to finish is.
Yanu. Jeff said the library is open.
He opened the library and read The Girls for Filth. They were not expecting that. He had everyone gagged. He had us gagged. I was not expecting him to say that. They're all like, losers. And he's like, no, Yandu. Like, I couldn't believe he did that. But
I
Jeff,
was
that's
loving
who he
it.
is. We get to this challenge. Josh, we get to this challenge. People that are sitting out on the Orange Tribe is Soda and Liz. People that are sitting out on the Green Tribe is Ben, Charlie, and is it Mara? Because you have Maria. So,
Mariah.
so wait, you have Maria and then you have Mariah.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, production. Got it. Okay. They have to. You want to kind of take us through what they have to do, because maybe you can give me a better description. Because for me, I'm gonna say a hook, and it ain't gonna make sense.
So basically, one person from each tribe has to get three different bags and take it through this small obstacle and then hang it on the end. And then once all three of them are done, then they can go to the next step. And I think the next step is unhooking a lock,
Girl, no, it was
something.
like it was like the rope was tied, and they had to hook it, unhook it.
The rope was all kind of surrounded around a hook, and
It,
they had
it
to take the hook around different obstacles to let down a bag full of bean bags.
yes,
And then once they got those bean bags down, there was like a good 50 of them. They used those bean bags to launch at three different targets, kind of like what we did in
yeah,
our season.
yep,
And
yep,
the tribe that hits all three targets wins, and they win
yeah.
this big basket of fruit. First place
Now,
does. Second place gets the smaller
unfortunately,
basket.
yeah, unfortunately, I think I couldn't really write down the instructions because I was so distracted with Soda screaming at the top of her lungs. She was louder than, and I know they tried to turn her mic down and they could not turn it down enough because she was louder than the episode itself. Like, even when Jeff was giving his commentary, he would be like, so I see that Nami Sana.
She was shouting, girl. She is the cheerleader of the whole tribe. Not just the whole tribe, the whole island.
Show, the whole island.
But you know what? I love it personally because you need that motivation sometimes, especially when you're at your lowest of the low.
Of course. Let me tell you something. Listen, it's just Josh, go back. I need you to really go back from the start of when they started to when they finish. All I heard was soda the whole time, okay? And I'm all about it. She's been doing great. I've been cheering her on. But tonight, there was something about it where I was watching the episode and I was just like, shh, shh.
You do a mic off.
Yes, they could have turned it off. It was killing me, okay? Nami, of course, again, wins, comes in first place. Keep in mind, these are undefeated. This comes with an award challenge. You know, they get pastries and fruits and things like that. There's a bigger one, so they get a bigger one. There's 6 of them. And then it comes down to Yanyu and Siga, purple and green. And I am not going to lie. I was so defeated because I was like, purple's losing. Like, they're going down. Like, why are we even wasting our time? And it came down to Q and Tim. It was like watching, as Ben said, because he said, he was like, just like watching the playoffs. Like, this was, I was like on the edge of my seat.
It's
like,
good.
Oh my God. This was good. What did you think? Did you think they were going to lose?
Honestly, I thought Q was going to pull it through. I feel like when Jeff said all that about, if they lose, they're going to be like basically the number one losers of the new era. I think that lit something under Q's ass and basically got him hyped to win this. So when he said that and we kind of panned to him, I was like, oh, they're going to win. Like they're going to get this. You know what I mean? Yeah. They needed it though. After 10 days, this is their first win. First win.
Isn't that insane? Can you imagine? Listen, I went a whole game not winning anything, and that was 4 months. My confidence was killed.
That is impressive, though. And you got through, and you did it, and you got to the end.
I don't know how people. I can't imagine being on this fucking island. You defeated me, and you want me to fucking lose? No.
Look, emotions are real.
Yeah, that's why I said Tiffany was like, it was only what? The first challenge or second challenge. And Tiffany was like, like, I was like, girl, I feel you.
But you got to keep it in. You got to keep it in because, the cameras are waiting for it. They're like, what are you feeling? How are you feeling? What you want to do? All those emotions. It's like, back up.
Back up. So then, Yanyu wins. Q hits the winning shot. Siga goes into tribal. Baby, let me tell you something. It was like I resurrected from my incline in my chair. I went from this to Siga lost. Like, it was the best feeling in the world because I've been waiting. I wanted them. I wish we can go back and get Banyu because I miss Banyu. This was.
Yeah, he would have loved that. For sure. He's so emotional. He's so cute. But
you know what? Maybe you know what it is? I love the gays on Survivor. I don't like the gays on Big Brother. Because I love all you guys. I'm obsessed with you guys. And I'm really upset about Banyu.
Yes. We'll revisit that comment later. Because I want to talk about that.
Bitch,
but
the gays on Big Brother are all the same. They are Broadway gays that are just all plain loaf of breads. They're all the same. Ain't none of them got no.
Not wonder.
That's why when I came on, they were like, Mayday, he's too rough. No, he's too real. We don't know this type of gay. We don't like this.
Too woke.
Trauma. But we get to Nami wins, so Nami gets a chance to pick who's going on the journey. Okay, which I found very interesting. So Hunter's like, I'm going on the journey. And then Tim was like, I'm going on the journey. And then I mean, Tiffany kind of like threw it out there. She was like, Q's going on the journey, which was just
Yes.
interesting that I guess you can call them
Meat
the
Brigade.
meatheads
Meats.
of, what do you want to call them?
The Meat Brigade. It's the Meat Brigade.
The meat
And
brigade.
I don't know how they missed that. I don't know if anyone was watching that, but it's just like, huh, you're sending all the big guys out to talk.
Yeah, why are we doing that? I would never did
Okay.
that. So yeah,
No.
so they all get to the island, but you know, Q being who Q is, he makes an all do alliance, okay? And they use
Hmm.
the, as I call it, the cookout method,
The
where
cookout method.
I did write
Yes.
that
I was
down.
like, yeah.
They did use the cookout method,
They
where everyone gets a
did.
+1, and
Uh-huh.
we're going to make it to the end. And Q was smart because Q's like, I'm gonna tell you who my +1 is, and he's like, who's your +1 and who's your +1, and they were all very honest with their +1. So I was like,
Q
okay,
has an
maybe.
aura up about him, a very coach-like aura that draws you into him. So, and I think it's just his charisma and just how he talks, and it just makes you want to open up and be like, "Yeah, we're part of this team. Yeah, come on, coach." And I think that's what he did, and they just offered it up.
I know that's the fuck right. So then they find out the challenge is going to be about memory, okay? And it's going to be about putting the seasons in order, okay? Now that I have you here, Josh,
Girl,
I need you to put the Survivor season
oh
in
no,
order, starting now. What is the very first season of Survivor?
Borneo, Survivor Borneo.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
What
Number
else?
number two is Survivor Australia. Three is Survivor Africa. Four is Thailand. Five
No,
is
no,
no.
you
Damn,
messed up already.
I got
Four
four.
is
Three.
you got three. Four is mesquite, moscato. I'm just gonna pause because I can't figure out what this word is, so I'm gonna ignore it. I don't know what it is.
I'm not even gonna tell you because I'm gonna do you like that. We're gonna say Moscato.
Moscato, like the drink.
There you go.
Okay.
There is no way I'm putting all those in order.
I couldn't believe we
Plus,
had to do that.
plus, you're not eating, you're not sleeping 10 days. I don't think anyone could do it. I hate to say it, anybody. Because
You
you're
know
always second
what?
guessing. It's just you out there and you're like, oh my God, I just have these logos. I don't have numbers. I don't have anything. But he did pretty well with kind of
He did.
like putting names in certain things and he knew certain
Yeah.
ones. He got 8 out of 20, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that's good. He was able to, like, I think that's what I enjoyed the most. He was able to put names with things that allowed him to remember, but at least he was honest. He was like, look, I didn't catch on until later on about Survivor. Like, I know his roommate or friend he was talking about was kicking rocks, probably pissed, probably
Right?
cursed him out when he got home and tell me you didn't know the seasons in order. I think it's interesting. I like that they do use things from the past of the game to test your knowledge, where for us we have to do stuff that's in the house that's already happened. I kind of with hoping moving forward that we do use some stuff from the past because
That
it
would
will make
help.
it interesting. It would
Yeah.
help. It will make people actually have to think sometimes. Now he gets them all
Yay!
wrong. He loses his vote. He loses vote. I mean, I don't think it really matters because it's like his tribe is not going to council.
No,
We
he's
cut to
skeptical.
Siga. Ben is happy that Yanyu won, but Jamila already like stops that in the bud, and she's like, "We need to all go look for idols and on our own because we're done with this kumbaya bullshit." Okay.
She's rubbing
Now,
people the wrong way. Too
what do you
direct.
think about how do you feel if somebody was talking to you with a machete? Because let me tell you something. Jamila came up looking like Jason Voorhees with this machete to Ben talking about, tell me what to say, tell me what to do, tell me what you're gonna do,
Tell
tell
me what you
me,
want. Tell me
tell me
now.
what you want, tell me what you,
Tell me.
tell me. I was like, girl,
Ben was like, "Where? There's nowhere to go." He had that hammer for dear life. He was like,
he
"If
was.
you ready, I'm ready."
Yeah, Ben was like, I don't know what you're about to do, but I got this hammer and I'm gonna pray to God that I could do something with it.
He was
I
so
don't think
scared.
she noticed. I think she was just so
Mm-mm.
worried. But it was crazy because, the All Women's Alliance and Siga were talking about how they were going to put two on Ben and two on Tim because they thought, Tim had an idol.
Right.
I also forgot that Ben lost his vote.
Ben lost his vote when he went on his first journey. Yes, he does not have anything. So he didn't seem too worried from what we saw from the edit, but I'm sure he was a lot more worried, and that's why he was clinging to Charlie so much, because he doesn't have anything to stand on.
Yeah, just love their conversations. I could just listen to them all day. I just love hearing about Taylor Swift and the rest of them. It's so entertaining
All the
just to
songs
hear
about Taylor
all the
Swift.
songs and just all the music artists and whatever, the Rolling Stones and everything else they want to talk about. I mean, it's
They're a
so
cute
good to
duo.
hear. I love it. I
They're
love
cute.
it. Like they should put more of it. Like just
Show
30
more.
minutes of it. 30 minutes. Okay? Just, we need 30 minutes
She said we
to
need
wrap up.
more.
Okay?
But
Um
look,
she
Jem went out
also
there.
Jamila's out here really playing it, okay, with this machete. She is jumping through hoops to make sure like they tell her what they need to be done. Now, keep in mind, I'm so sorry I forgot to mention, uh Jamila finds the idol. She has to use this machete, if I'm
Hmm.
correct, Josh, and
Hmm.
measure because her team is now lost. So now she gets a clue. She has to measure with the machete, and then basically they're telling them on this on the
She
stride.
had she hid the beware advantage that was telling her kind of what to do at a different tree, while the others were digging up the old tree where they found the advantage. And she read it, and she has to take the machete and measure different locations, like the trad flag, which was 2 machete lengths. Then she had to measure the perimeter of the boat, which was 12 machete lengths. And then she had to measure the perimeter of tree mail, which is 4. So that equaled 28 machetes. And then she had to take that 28 machetes and go from the beach into camp. And wherever it landed, she got to dig. So it's interesting because I don't know how she did this without anyone watching her. That's a
Baby, you
lot of
said,
work.
baby, you said that's why I asked you that question in the beginning. How can we see through the tree? Like, because if I'm sitting on an island and I'm having a pina colada and I'm looking and I turn around, I want to see if there's something out in there. I can see through the trees. So how is somebody
Right.
not seeing this short girl running around with this big ass machete that's about bigger than her?
Right. Exactly. All I can think of is they were all out there looking because it is a large area for sure.
Yeah, I guess
But
she was
it's just
smart by sending them
interesting.
out there, but how much time? Like,
How
baby.
much time? Yeah, and
Also,
you got to remember you're out there for long periods of time. Like we only see a little bit, so it could have been
yeah.
in little spurts that she did certain things and just was keeping track of it.
But here's another thing I want to know because I find it very interesting, baby. This math equation. I'm not gonna lie, it probably would have threw me off because I would have been like, okay, okay, like no, they
The
doing
math
too
wasn't
much here.
napping.
The math wasn't mathing. What are we doing? This is a lot. Like they making Survivor 2 like
They make them work for that. When
they're making
I
it
just went on a
work.
journey to get mine, but they made them work for that. Thanks, CBS. I appreciate it.
Okay, now we did talk about the machete. Jamila also begs Tim because she does find the idol, everybody, which is great. She got the
Hmm.
idol. She worked hard for it. Now Jamila begs Tim, to tell her like what to do. I want to work together. Like she's doing a lot, as you said. Like she's
Uh,
doing a lot, and when people do a lot, when when their back is against the wall, that's when you make other people freak out. You cannot freak out. You gotta stay cool, calm, and collective. And she
which is
wasn't able to stay
hard.
cool, which it is hard because you want to be here so badly, but there's a way to do it, you know.
Yeah,
But she
yeah.
just let the best get out, like the best get to her. Um,
It was kind of obvious how she kind of went up to them and was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? How can I help you? Blah, blah, blah. And knowing that they were talking, I mean, of course, Ben and Charlie just, you see this? You know, so Girl.
I'm telling you, only person is Jamila that I like from this tribe. Everybody else has been getting on my nerves. I've been so bored. I'm so upset that we lost so many good players on Yayu.
Because she playing,
Right.
like,
And we
she's
got
actually
stuck
playing.
and we got stuck with this green tribe. Because I wanted the orange and the purple tribe to merge. We could have got rid
It's
of.
coming.
Yeah, but we could have. Because the people that were bringing the entertainment are gone. Could you imagine if we had Banyu? Could you imagine if we had, was it Jess? I think that was her name, Jess.
Yes.
Let me pull up
Yeah, I
the
think.
names. If you could you imagine we had David, because David was just lost in
He-
space. He don't know what was going on. Okay,
Zelensky.
David and
Oh my
Banyu at the
God.
merge. Baby, I would have been so glued. I would have been so glued. You couldn't tell me anything. I wouldn't even have time for this podcast. I would be like, I can't. I got to rewatch the episode because it was that good.
Badu would be giving all the tea. Tribal would have been interesting.
Oh my
You couldn't tell him nothing.
god.
He was just like boop, boop, boop. But it's so cute. It's so pure. And maybe that's a part of
No,
his
it is.
strategy. So
It
that was
is. So Charlie and is it Mariah? Did I say that right? Charlie and Mariah are
right.
working together. They're in the middle. They have their final two deal. They could decide to vote, for the women, or they could decide to vote for the men. Keep in mind, Ben doesn't have a vote, so it's like Mariah has to give up that extra vote that she got if she decides to go that route. Of course, Charlie's having a hard time with this. This is a hard, decision for him. He really doesn't want to have to do this, but he does ask Mariah what to do. I will tell you this. We cut to tribal. What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, coming from Charlie's point of view, I wouldn't want to let go of Ben either, but I think this would have been a great time to do it. Because on one hand, you got to look, with the women, you're on the bottom. You're going to be the first to go. Do you know what I mean? But I think over here, if you stay with Ben and Tim, you can go a little bit farther,
I think people don't
personally.
understand that, Josh. I don't think people understand. Like, I like that he is working with the women, and I think that he could have, because of the fact that he has one of the women, Mariah, who's kind of like, you're my number one. So it's like he could have made it through that women's alliance. But you are right. You are on the bottom. But also, it was interesting because I will say this: Tim has kind of clocked everything. He's like, the women are
Yes.
working together. Jamila, I know that you are definitely the snaky one who pulled this snaky ass move with the idol. Like, he's clocking everything. So either Tim, which I had to ask Tim in person, either, and I'm just throwing out the scenario, either
Hmm.
Tim saw the sneaky stuff that Jamila's doing, or he just has that good intuition, why are we not seeing him catch those things? Which now comes
Correct.
down to production. So now that's just a question I'm gonna have to ask Tim in person about that,
Yes.
because I find that very interesting that he's been clocking everything, but they're not making that like.
No, he's been staying very quiet, so that's interesting too. Maybe he's just collecting information because information and voting is power out there. So if he's just collecting things, watching things, keeping things to himself, maybe it's gonna get him fired.
I agree. I agree. Okay, we cut to
Hmm.
tribal. And I first want to say this. I feel really bad for Tim. Let me ask you something, Josh. Is those stoops really uncomfortable? Because it looked like it. I'm not gonna lie. It looked very like, if you got a big ass, it looked like it's about to go between your cheeks at some point.
Yeah, they're uncomfortable. That's the last thing you're thinking about. What you're thinking about is what's Jeff's gonna say and how
Or
am
I'm
I
gonna
gonna
tell you.
respond and not throw everybody off? Because that's the one thing you're just put on the spot and like, fuck, how do I say what he wants to hear without alerting others that aren't in my alliance what's going on? And I think
And
that's
you
what
know what?
Banu didn't have a good thing to do. Go ahead.
I know, but I just feel bad because I was watching Tim the whole episode, and he was just.
Nervous. Or
He couldn't.
uncomfortable.
He was so uncomfortable in that stoop, and I was like, "Damn, that stoop got to be uncomfortable." But Jeff asks his normal questions. He asks each and every one. Now they did a good tribe of not showing what they were going to do.
Yeah.
I really want to give Siga their flowers on not giving things away, because I'm gonna tell you now, going into this, I could have sworn Ben and Tim were going out the door.
Right. That's
Now,
what it seemed like. But there's a lot
Mariah
we don't
and
know.
Charlie, yeah, Mariah and Charlie are talking about, feelings gonna be hurt, all this type of stuff. Now, Jeff asked some really good questions. Was there anything that that he asked that you found very interesting that he asked?
Um, Not that I remember.
Is Jeff the messiest on Survivor?
Yes. Yes, I feel like with our seasons, he wasn't as bad, but he is going in on this season and he's going to be shady. And he can be, for sure. That's what's hard about it. You gotta kind of play chameleon with him. But he's gonna keep asking you the questions until he gets what he wants to hear.
Damn, I would love to go 1-to-1 with Jeff, because I would let him have it. I don't think Jeff ever made a bitch like me, because I would be like, "Jeff, if you don't ask these bitches what you fuck you really want to ask them, you better ask them so we can get this done, because I would like to go back to my little camp."
I
Okay,
would tune in. I would tune in because listen, that pretty little segment was probably like 2 hours long. You're there for a long time. So the
you were there
reason
for a
Tim
long
was
time.
yes, because they just kind of keep it going.
So he asked us a lot of questions,
Yeah.
and they cut the ones that they don't want to use.
Hmm.
Because
Basically.
baby, it looks so quick. Okay, so now that makes a lot of sense to.
So that's why Tim's like all fudging because he's like, I'm trying to go home. I want to
He
sit
probably had to
down.
pee. I get it. Probably had to
His legs
shit.
numb.
Yeah, got it. I get
He's
it.
like
But
for a
here's my
minute.
thing. Now that makes a little bit more sense. You just gave us a hot take. That's a hot take, everybody, on royalty. That was very interesting, because now that makes sense to why, when we're sitting there and votes change so quickly and we don't know how it changed. Because let me tell you some prime example tonight. You know, um, Jamila goes home, unfortunately. I gasped. I actually, like I said, I sat there in my chair just looking like, what did I miss? How did this happen?
She
I
was
couldn't
blindsided
believe it. She
because
was
she obviously would
literally,
have played her idol if she knew anything about it.
could you
Poor girl.
imagine if she played it?
I don't know.
I
But
feel so bad. I feel so
so
bad.
if she wouldn't have gone home, then it would have been Ben, right?
It would have been Ben. Yeah, it
It
would
would
have
have
been
been
Ben.
Ben. Wow.
Yeah, but here's the
Now,
thing. Here's the other crazy part. Now, I do want to say this. We play pranks, but I feel like it's a little bit of karma. Like her playing that whole, like, I'm gonna put the immunity night over here and play all these games with them. I'm gonna make them dig and all this type of stuff. It came back and bit her in the ass so quickly.
so it makes you wonder, did Tim say something? Like, did he see something and tell everybody and we didn't see that part?
I know.
Or they just really, she just rubbed people the wrong way? Could be both.
It could be both. Now, what did you think about this episode, Josh?
I like this episode a lot. This, I think, was a little bit of a kind of turning point. I think it's a little turning point of Yanu because it kind of reminds me of 44 with me, Jam, and Carolyn being on the island, just us three, and just we're waiting, you know?
Yes,
So,
which I still should kick y'all asses for not working together as two gay men.
I know. I tried, but then emotions got the best of me. I was salty.
Okay, so now that you have seen this, we're watching this season. Who do you think is going to win?
Who do I think is going to win at this
Yeah.
point in the game? I really like how Q is playing. I like how Hunter is playing. I like how Tim is playing. I like how Kenzie is playing.
Damn, you just naming everybody. Okay, got it.
I know it's so hard because I don't think you really know until they all get together. Like the second or third day of merge, things really start to kind of fizzle out because you get that first day, everyone's excited, everyone's trying to figure out everything. And the second day, it's like, okay, let's get serious. Everyone's still talking. And then starvation, exhaustion, things, the real colors start to come out, and you start to know where people are going, where people's heads are at. Right now, we're still in different tribes, so it's hard.
I agree. I agree. Now, I want to ask you something. I saw on the web and I found it very interesting. Somebody, and it could be wrong, did you hear about Jeff saying that he doesn't think that we need villains on Survivor anymore?
Heard about that. I didn't hear it directly.
Okay. Do you have any take or any hot take? Like, how do you feel about that?
Honestly, I think everyone has a little villainous side of it because how are you playing Survivor without being a little villainous? Do you know what I mean? It's just how the edit is taking it and making it that way. But I think villains make the entertainment, and I think it's necessary in order to play a game. Because some people are playing the game for a million hearts, and some people are playing for $1 million. And if you're playing for $1 million, then you ain't scared to cut a couple throats to get what you want. That's what I'm
Well, guys,
saying.
that's everything for the royalty after that part because that seriously, could you imagine? Could you imagine? See, that it's different if you used it in your advantage. Like I kept saying, guys, I'm not trying to make it to the end. I just want to make it to like when we get to jury because I just want to collect some checks. Like that was all bullshit. I was using that to like make my way. Like no, I'm here to win. That's crazy to me. But you know
We
what?
are here.
I will say this. I think Banyu made that mission accomplished because once he left, everybody fell in love with him in that last episode. So I think he did win 1 million hearts.
He
Now,
did.
what is we get a little sneak peek for next week. What was the sneak peek? Did I miss it? I
I
forgot it.
missed it. I missed it. I was setting up, girl.
Oh, they dropped their buffs. We think it's merge. I think we're gonna go into merge. Is this a little early on for merge?
It's probably like a mergatory,
So
basically
then we're
where
gonna
no one
cut into
has
two
their.
teams.
Yes, yeah, he'll like we'll all come together, but no one has buffs, and then you split into two teams to earn your buff. You earn your way in.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Let's see how that goes. As long as all the members of the purple and orange tribe make it, as long as green's in the bottom, that's all that matters to me.
So who do you think is gonna win? You want nobody from the Green Tribe, clearly. Shade.
Um, I really could see, and I hate to say it, I really can see Hunter.
Hunter.
I could see, Tiffany,
I
which
want
I
to see
love.
Tiffany when they
I hope,
merge.
I
I want to
hope,
see what she does because I
I
like
hope.
the things she's saying
Me
and how
too.
she plays.
I get worried for Kenzie because Kenzie's gonna be the downfall of Tiffany and Q.
Well, it's funny because Banu, remember when he met with Ben and Liz, everyone's radar is already on Kenzie, Q, and Tiffany. So I think
That's
when
true.
they merge, they're gonna be like, "Who are these people? Y'all got rid of Banu," and he even screamed for help.
Yeah, true. Okay, no,
So
you're right. So I think
yeah,
that I think it's gonna be. I want it to be anybody on purple or orange,
that's
but I
fair.
just I could just see it being somebody from green. And if if the Swifty wins, this will be my last season recapping Big Brother.
I
I
can't.
won't. I won't. I won't. I won't. I won't. I won't go for it. I
You
won't
might
go
like
for it.
him. You might come to like him.
I believe I like him in person. I like everybody in person, but I might not like you on TV. I have standards. That's why I love. That's why I watch Baddies. That's why I watch Bad Girls Club, Ratchet TV, Love and Hip Hop, everything. House of Villains. I like all drama. Okay, I like bitches that are like f you, fuck you.
You gonna be on the
I'm
Traders next? I would love to see you on the Traders, girl.
I think I have to be seasoned. I would love to do it. I would love to do it, but it feels like they're picking Big Brother players like from the past and like Survivor
Yeah.
players from the past. So, girl, I guess I'll do it when it gets to like season 10 and I'm 40 years old. I hope I still got it. I mean, I would love to do it, but there's so many shows now. I'm like, at this point, there's
There
no
are.
reason that any of us should not get calls to do anything because I definitely need to go compete one more time. So, but what is up for you? What's up with you next? You got your new home. Are
I
we thinking?
do.
Are we thinking kids?
No, I don't want kids. No, I'm too selfish. Listen, when I want to go, when we want to go, we want to go. I ain't trying to look for a babysitter. I ain't trying to bring no bottles. I ain't trying to have a kid cry on the plane. No, thank you. I don't want any kids. Maybe a dog next.
Now, wait. Did you guys? You guys are married, right?
We are. We got married in 2020.
Oh my
Yeah, we kept it small because it was like during COVID. We wanted a big
God.
wedding, but bitch, not the handkerchief.
Uh,
Can't with
everyone
you.
finds love but me.
I told you to come on down to Atlanta. We find you some love.
No, girl, you already know what's down there. I'm not dealing with that. No,
Your one true
no,
love, your Prince Charming. What?
no, because
Your
they
frog?
walk. No, because they walk it down there like this. I'm good. That's just going nowhere near me at all. We're not doing
You got the
that.
glasses with it.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Hey, it's so, thank you.
We'll protect you in this house. We'll just bring
Okay.
people to you.
Yeah.
We'll bring
Yes.
people to you.
Okay. So what is up with you next? What are you working on anything? I know you're working. What's going on?
Yes. So I'm constantly working. I
Okay.
mean, patients are my children, basically. I'm talking at various schools, like high schools, junior highs, elementaries, just to kind of support and show people and kids what you can do as a Black gay man, and just kind of telling everybody my story, telling about everybody about my condition. I'm working with the National Kidney Foundation about more awareness about Poon Belly syndrome, about kidney diseases,
And
about
please talk about
transplantation.
that. Talk about that because I don't think people know, and I would love for people to know exactly what that is.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, I was born with a condition called prune belly syndrome, which is ultimately your urinary tract system, including your kidneys, ureters, and bladders, aren't fully developed. So I was basically running on half of a kidney, and they knew that from my blood work. My tests weren't normal, and they knew my kidney wasn't functioning correctly. So they knew I wouldn't make it past 10 without some kind of intervention. Thank God I did. And at 10 years old, I got a kidney transplant. And after that, I've been fine. But with prune belly syndrome, you don't have development of your stomach muscles. You don't have a good kidney function, so urinating isn't normal, and you have to be on a strict diet. And I was lucky because usually with prune belly syndrome, this is a very chronic condition that can kill a lot of kids. And I was one of the lucky 10%. And so I've been 26 years out from
Got
my
it.
kidney transplant. And so there are millions of kids waiting for kidneys. And so if you want to be an organ donation donator, go to
Okay.
nationalkidneyfoundation.org and get some
Okay.
more information for sure.
I love that. I love that. And let me tell you something. You look amazing. You
Thank
know,
you.
you're in top notch shape. Okay. I would be worried about you. I love you to death, but I would vote you out as soon as I could because I
See?
can't. You're just
Why?
too good. You're just too good. You're too good.
Or we could work together.
I know, but unfortunately, these competition shows they don't give credit to people with social games anymore. They don't.
Girl, let's listen. We can make it work. We can be the first. Let's go.
But no, seriously, you look amazing, and I appreciate you
Thank you.
telling us all about that because that's important. I love kids. I've worked with kids my whole entire life, and I love that you're speaking at schools and educating, but also giving a voice and a lane for people that are Black, that are queer and gay, because we don't have that a lot. You know how it is in our community. It's not something we talk about, or it's not. We don't have no support system to really guide us through this. So I'm so glad that you're doing that, and please continue doing that. And I know you're doing good things. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you.
Listen, sis, I'm gonna push it back on you. Thank you for the flowers, but I mean, you deserve it too. You are pushing our Black gay agenda because when we were growing up, who do we have? Like RuPaul? We only had two or three figures, but
True.
now there's a bunch of us out there. So I think it's
Yeah.
important, and you're doing a great job too. So
Thank you. I'm
you
trying my best. They're
too.
wearing me out though, girl. They're wearing me out. I'm tired. I'm
These heels are
tired.
made for walking.
Girl, I'm tired. Did I tell you I had to, I forgot to tell you, did I tell you I got to like not a fight, but I had to I had to fight for my name on Twitter the other day because everyone was like, there was a guy who made a video, which there's nothing against him. I followed him. It was all love. But he was like, I want to be the first bear contestant on Big Brother. And Twitter went into the uproar. Like, people were like, now why are you going to ignore Derek? Like, he didn't say he was a bear the whole season because he's Black. Like, a lot of our communities do that. Like, they won't give us our title. Like, they just think we're just Black, that we're all Black. And it's like, baby, I'm a different Black. Like, I'm a bear Black. You could be a jock Black. You could be a nerd Black. Like, we all are
Yes.
all different type of things, but it was just crazy to me. But other than that, where can everyone follow you? Are you going to be going to any of the Survivor events? Like, will I see you soon?
So I am going to the Ron Clark Academy
I don't
event.
know why the fuck it just did fireworks out of nowhere.
Because you did this, I think. I don't, it's not working on my end.
Okay, continue. I'm
Dang, it was
sorry.
beautiful though. That was gorgeous.
Thank
That
you.
was
What do you? Okay,
beautiful.
please
But
continue.
I'm going to the Ron Clark Academy event. I think that's April 7th. Not this coming week, the next week. And
Is it
that's
in
it. I mean, work
Chicago?
has got me. No, it's in Atlanta, Georgia, at Ron Clark Academy, and there's a bunch of us going. There's a bunch of 45, 44, 40. 44.
I love
Um,
that.
and you can find me I'm mostly on Instagram at let's underscore get underscore wilder. And Wilder DPM is my professional page. So you can see
Oh, I
cool
love
surgeries and what
that.
I do professionally.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
not gonna see you. Basically, what you said. Okay, got it. So I
You
guess
can
I
come
have
when you
to.
come to Atlanta, yes. But I need to come to Philly because I love the neighborhood in Philly. Oh,
Says
girl.
no one. Says no one. I literally just said the
That's
other day.
me.
I don't even go out in neighborhood anymore.
It's been a while. Has it changed that much?
Uh,
Oh.
Amazing grace, how
How sweet
sweet the
the
sound
sound.
that raised a wretch like
Not R.I.P.
I just kind of just been tired of Philly. I'm just ready for something new.
You need a new
So
city.
yes, I need a new city because I need to find myself a husband at this point. I'm 32.
I'm
I'm
leaving,
yeah,
leaving
yes, because the shoes are
on the
not for
midnight
me.
train to
Now,
Georgia.
listen, you stay out of trouble. Please pray for all the families out there, guys. But please make sure you guys go follow Josh, okay? I'm going to put all his information in the bottom of this video. Once again, guys, because I keep forgetting, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, everywhere. We will be back next week. I don't know if the episode is going to be on Thursday or Friday because I will be in Pittsburgh. Watching the episode live, so we will see what we could do. But Josh, thank you so much for coming onto the podcast. I hope to see you soon. If not, I love you so much. Tell your beautiful husband I said hello. And I will be coming to get some good food in Atlanta.
Come on down. You know we got good chicken and shit. Come on.
And I'm gonna have to wear a chastity belt when I go out.
We'll see how long it lasts. But
No, it's
yes.
gonna be double. But in other news, bye guys.
Bye. Thanks, Big D.
Thank you, Josh.